Decree is definitely a lot better than it used to be.
Viper for MyPro, and I was just wondering, what do you pick against the Pugna to have a reasonably good 1v1? Because, you know, Pugna's got great attack animation, great base damage, Blast is super annoying with like a relatively low cooldown and decent mana cost. And Viper's going to be the go-to hero here for Trust to try and, if not win that lane, at least break even as much as you can, because you know this Enigma is going to be sitting in the jungle, not going to be applying too much pressure to these lanes. Again, Trust are dealing with a jungler, so Trust are the ones that kind of have to be on the front foot and play a little more aggressively in the initial laning stage.
Yeah, I actually think the Viper pick is
Prepare
more about
for
the mech
battle.
than the laning stage, because one of the things about fighting against Spectre is mech is extremely useful against these kind of lineups that just do even damage to everyone. The Spectre ult and Pugna's Nether Ward. So it's going to be a very valuable mech, much needed mech for Signature.
With that, we'll have a look at how these lanes pan out. Up at top, Boombell, Nature's Prophet. Down towards this Radiant jungle, Jabs, Phoenix, MyPro on the Viper. FeiMao playing that little old Witch Doctor. And of course, the lovely Lakelz on his wonderful Drow Ranger. Down at bottom lane, Ohaiyo Beastmaster already sending out the Hawk and the Boar to scout out and see who's sticking around. Go and kill off the Boar already. There's the first last hit for the Drow. And 29 experience as well between the two of them. Fnatic, how are they setting up their lanes? Mushi, Spectre, double sets of tangos, Stout Shield as well. As Net with the Vengeful Spirit and MidOne's Pugna. And behind them, Adam Shaw, 343 on that Enigma. Maybe sticking around in the jungle. Hopefully MidOne can do better on a Pugna than Sumail did in his game. We'll find out exactly what's up with that though. As Fnatic again. Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
I mean,
sure.
Pugna is like the reason Pugna. I really love the hero. He's a really good hero, but it's just really awkward to play him as a mid hero. He's just so fragile, and it's hard to blame bad performances on Pugna as a mid hero. I personally prefer Pugna as a support.
Yeah, it's difficult. What, 579 HP, 1 armor? Yeah, one stun and you're dead pretty much. One smoke gank and 1 stun and you are done for. So luckily for him, actually.
Oh, some man fighting going on at mid.
Oh, wow. They're trading hits. And then Phoenix with a level 1 Sunray. That damage output, it's looking like it's good enough, but no. Fairy Fire was there for MidOne to heal himself up. The salve through as well. We'll trade off this regen. Awkward little engagement, though, as MidOne definitely does not come out the victor of that. He has to get himself up on the board with last hits as well. You know, I'm talking about his Null Talisman, his base damage is 63. But one last hit, not the best beginning.
Is pulling with the Dire Creeps. Wow.
Interesting.
This is actually, I mean, he's not going to get any XP if the neutrals get the last hit. This is actually about a chunk of EXP denied to the neutral creep. It's like he almost did what they wanted him to do.
He's going to try and double up this wave or drag it across again. And Boombell, what are we looking at? Level 2, so he's got that TP if he wants to jump himself across and find an opening maybe onto this MidOne Pugna. Defensive tri-lane though, down at bottom. Lakelz is only 5 and 2. He's missing out on a few last hits. It's a little bit awkward here. And Ohaiyo come back with his double boars and try and farm through the jungle. But is this a game where you start to look for Iron Talon? It looks like it is. He's got Iron Talon nearly completed actually on the Beastmaster. He knows it's going to be rough against Witch Doctor Drow and maybe the Phoenix rotating in. It's going to be a rough position to be in as the little Beastmaster.
It's been a recent topic, hasn't it? The Iron Talon on offlaners. There have been some tweets about it. I mean, is this really fun Dota? You know, just people just jungling with Iron Talons, and there's not much you can do about it unless you go as 2 supports, which is kind of a big commitment. If you guys go as 1, it's hard to out harass an offlaner with. I mean, Iron Talon itself gives pretty okay stats.
Boombell! Oh, Boombell! Oh! Have you found MidOne? Needs 2 hits in here. Needs the trees. Get the trees out. The damage output's not there. The decrep from Pugna saves him for now. Whew. Boombell was looking for the courier snipe with that invis, and honestly, he nearly had it, but the stun, the Malefice is there. 343 swings himself back out from the jungle. The Fnatic I mean, that could have been big from for boombell. He could have potentially killed Courier and killed Pugna. But instead, he gets neither. And he gives his life up as well.
This is looking kind of worrisome for Signature. I think Nature's Prophet was supposed to have an okay lane. I mean, there's an Enigma jungle, Venge Spectre, not the scariest lane. Your Nature's Prophet, this hero is meant to get good levels, but instead he kind of screwed himself over with that pull. And then Enigma's farm is, it's on pace. He's level 5 at sub 4 minutes, which is really good.
Has he had bounty runes? I mean, this is relatively quick up. Oh, mid lane. Are they going to go in here onto mid one? He drops that blast, but it looks like he's dead. The sun ray damage through the decrep should be enough here for MyPro to clear it up, and net with a wave of terror. I mean, you're not going to be joining that fight, really, are you?
Yeah, I think like 2 games in a row, it kind of says something about Fnatic and MidOne. They prefer to just leave him alone, and as we saw in the last game, he has some amazing comeback abilities as a player. Like in the mid game, he's gonna take that harsh laning phase for boombell.
Yeah, he didn't realize net was coming in from the east, and this high ground ward has been perfect for Fnatic, but Mushi phase boots away from the treants. You've got to get yourself out of that sticky situation. And in the meantime, Ohaiyo gets himself up to level 4. Let's take a quick look actually. Dire side. Venge is level 3, but they've already got 2 heroes up at level 6. And 3-4-3 hitting level 6 pre 5 minutes. This feels quicker than normal to me. I don't know if he's got lucky with camps.
It's really good timing. Usually, super fast Enigmas. I think if they're lucky with the creep regions, they can get like 4 minutes something. Level 6. 5 minutes is definitely very respectable.
Good stuff for them. Good stuff indeed. Ohaiyo's gonna have his roar up as well, so this is where TrusT really have to start heavily applying the pressure. Get up into this tier 1 down at bottom lane, do as much damage as you can with a catapult plus voodoo restoration. And you might be able to bring it down actually. These balls coming out of Ohaiyo, they're not gonna quell this aggression from TrusT. Even with his level 1 wild axes, definitely not. But over towards the top rune spot, boombell is spotted out net, and MyPro, no stuns. Net TP's out. Once again, we're looking at this TrusT lineup. They've got 1 stun. Supernova kinda counts, but not really. It's all about the Witch Doctor. They're going in again on mid one. Yeah, he decrept to try and save him, but the Sprout is there. This Sunray, it's just doing so much work for Jabs.
There's something really annoying about dying to Sunray. I can't explain why. It's like so frustrating.
It's like dying to a feather tickling you. Visually, it doesn't look like you're taking much damage, right? It's just like little by little you're dying over time. From that long range as well, it's super annoying. But look at this. TrusT group up as 4. 4 of them down the bottom lane. I think Jabs realizes he's not really needed down towards this tier 1. They'll take it, they'll claim it to themselves. Smoke from Fnatic. Venge and Enigma.
Sort of a weird timing. Actually, they do have Spectre,
Radiant's
so
top tower is under
they're gonna
attack.
find someone, and
Sword is there, Spectre hawks in, the Midnight Pulse is down, but 3-4-3. He got gusted back, he just needs to try and make up this distance, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to get a big black hole here. Just a stun is going to be enough onto boombell, but they can't kill him off just yet. Mushi has to back out from the frost arrows of Lakelz. This is a heavy commitment. 5 heroes from Fnatic down at this bottom lane. Mushi has to TP back to base. I think they wanted to convert a couple of kills into a tier 1.
yeah, I think it could have gone really well for Fnatic if they were slightly more patient. They walk up this narrow hill, this 1 hero wide, the stairs, and they had to instantly react. If they came through the left, they could have gotten a better, possibly a black hole or a cleaner initiation run. But it's still Fnatic's game to lose. I think like just the way the lanes played out, they had such a greedy lineup. The Spectre got really good farm in the laning phase. They, the Nature's Prophet, I wouldn't say Fnatic shut him down. He kind of shut himself down. And then, Beastmaster, Enigma, these very scaling heroes got a good start. And on top of that, Signature have to deal with the Spectre, who's really good against Spectre on Signature's lineup. They have to play the next 10 minutes really well in order to have a fighting chance this game.
Well, there's your mech done for your Viper. We've also got a mech on the Enigma, so this timing actually for Fnatic and Trust, they've got these pre-10-minute mechs. Both going to be arriving about 8.5 minutes for either of these guys, but wrapping in, looking for the kill over on 343, and with the TP from boombell, it looks like they'll be able to secure it. 343 doesn't even throw out his midnight pulse to break the trees. He will do so now, but it's too late. He's already done for. He did allow for Ohaiyo to TP himself back to safety, though.
He got the mech, though.
You and I will
What do these mechs mean for each team? Do they group up as 5 and dodge each other? Do they try and clash head on head?
I think Fnatic's mech is just so... they want to fight Signature because every time Spectre's ult's on, they can find kills. Like even in a full 5-on-5 fight, I don't really think Signature... in fact, I think Fnatic have a better team fight, 5-on-5, and in skirmishes, Fnatic definitely have the edge. I think Signature's mech is... It's basically a necessity mech where they want to get rid of all these towers if possible, and without the mech, they won't stand a chance against me.
Oh, Jabs. Oh, Jabs. That's not where you want to be. They'll try and chase them down more, actually, with the stun of the FeiMao. Look at that damage up with the Nether Ward. The Black Hole as well. Lakelz is caught just on the very edge, but he cancels it out. The swap is there from Net. Trapping up Lakelz with Decrypt Blast, and looks like he's dead to rights as they finish him off. And Mushi? Where the hell were you? Killing off the Viper over towards the Radiant jungle. 4 for 0 sweep as Fnatic just run rampant through everybody.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, I don't...
Dire's bottom tower
It's hard to
is under
say
attack.
how Fnatic Signature are going to win team fights right now. I think it kind of relies on Fnatic getting caught, element of
Dire's
surprise.
top tower is under attack.
I guess now they know that the Black Hole is down, they do have an easier chance in these team fights.
And Phoenix got level 6, and making use of Phoenix ults. But they have a really bad lineup for Phoenix ult, I feel. Usually when you pick Phoenix and want to get the full juice out of it, you pick heroes like Winter Wyvern or Medusa that make it so you can't commit to the egg without just screwing yourself over in the long run. You might kill the egg, but afterwards you get multiple.
Mushi daggers across, but
Radiant's top
doesn't
tower
look like
is
they'll
under
contest.
attack.
They'll trade tier 1 top for the Roche and allow Trust to just grab this Aegis up and give it to Lakelz.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Value's gained though for Fnatic though, taking out tier 1 and pushing all these lanes in. Because, you know, you go take Roshan as this lineup with the Drow Ranger, you get the Aegis, you kind of want to go and, you know, ball yourself down a lane, right? But the way they have to do this, they've got to reset every single lane. Reset bot, push it back across the river, mid, same story. And then they have to defend top. This Roshan, Fnatic don't even care.
Yeah, I think Fnatic are actually hacking with this trade. They're not even like thinking of it as a trade. They got the top tier 1, and the Aegis is kind of whatever. Mostly because Fnatic are probably thinking they're so confident in these team fights anyway, and they have a
Radiant's top
better
tower
way
is
to
under
choose
attack.
when to take team fights, basically.
Trust, it looks like they want to dive in, but no opportunity just there. This is something as well, their catch power is very limited.
It's kind of like last game, no stuns, right? But in this game, they don't have nearly as mobile heroes to make up for the lack of stuns. And the awkward thing about Lakelz's build right now is that he went for the early lifesteal, which, you know, usually means he wants to farm, but against
Dire's
Fnatic's
top
lineup,
tower
he
is
probably
under
doesn't
attack.
feel too comfortable about just
Radiant's
stacking
middle
ancients
tower
and
is
farming.
under attack.
And he's going to be really weak. And the only reason that they can push right now is because Fnatic are letting them, because there's no reason to let them make use of the Aegis.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Just look at this. Fnatic, oh, Ohaiyo. He just turns and roars. FeiMao, he tried the death ward, but the sneaky move's not going to pay off with a Sunray bouncing between him as the Nature's Wrath, but 343 trapped underneath the Supernova. He's got a black hole, but he has to throw it soon. He's not going to good target. He chooses MyPro, and they've killed off the egg. They actually bring it down. Lakelz is standing his ground with the Aegis up. He tries to take out another one, but Mushi, he'll chase him down. Earn is out. This is so far a 3 for 2, but MidOne, he's not very tanky. He's sprouted up Lakelz. He's got a damage output, and they get them. Fnatic come out the losers while TrusT the victors in that team fight. Messy stuff all around though.
Yeah. That was kind of awkward. I thought that Witch Doctor completely whiffed it, where he just kind of died instantly after planting the Death Ward. Kind of a weird team fight, to be honest. I don't recall the exact sequence of
Dire's
events.
middle tower is under attack.
It was just like miniature bait after miniature bait, but boombell, he's the one that swapped back into death, and Lakelz does have jabs near him. Gonna have to back himself up. A worrisome position to be in. And there's once more Fnatic. They group up and they wait for the Haunt to come back up because, 2,000 gold over on Mushi. Radiance, or at least the Relic, is not that far away. They've also managed to take down all of these tier 1 towers across the map, but it looks so much better, 2-3 minutes ago it looked like Fnatic could take tier 2s. They've dropped them all very, very low, don't get me wrong, but they still need that one more move to break the camel's back and finish off these towers to get that boost to gold to really, hold TrusT in their own base.
Dire's middle tower.
For sure, though, if they're the trading towers, conceptually, Fnatic are gonna feel good about, we're gonna take a tier 2. You guys can take our tier 2s because the Spectre factor.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And
under
Drow
attack.
is kind of the
Dire's
opposite of
middle
Spectre,
tower
one
has
of the
fallen.
less mobile carries.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Now it's TrusT turn up onto the high ground into the tier 3. 343 does not have the
Enigma
black
doesn't
hole.
have Midnight
Radiant's
Pulse.
top tower.
You're right,
is
when did he
fallen.
use it? Looks like he might be dead here anyway. With a couple of hits out, he pops his mech, the Roar is down, the Lakelz is trapped, and the Supernova well placed over in the back end with the Death Ward down. They'll take out the egg, but Ohaiyo is already dropped, and the Spectre haunts in, but doesn't have the damage to take anyone out. The Beastmaster buys back to rejoin the fight, but Lakelz still has the Aegis, and he pushes them all back with the Gust. D-Crap from long range from MidOne there, somehow grabbing Lakelz, but it's not going to be good enough. Fnatic defend their high ground, but have they pushed out too far? MyPro. MyPro, he's got no mana left.
I mean,
Sunlight
Fnatic also have to be careful at this
onto Mushi, the swap back from Net, again saving his teammate. But Net in trouble, the cast will not bounce, and MidOne, he's draining out MyPro, sucking the life out of him. And Lakelz, he still holds his Aegis. TrusT, they don't seem too afraid of this, just knowing when they can turn and fight, trying to bait as much aggression out of Fnatic, but equally, Fnatic, they forced back TrusT and they didn't overcommit. They didn't chase them too far away.
I'm actually very surprised that Signature are able to pressure Fnatic after what was happening maybe 5 minutes ago. I think Fnatic should have been able to hold that off without using buybacks comfortably if the Pugna was in place and Enigma was more mindful about having his Midnight Pulse for the defense, because going high ground against Midnight Pulse is just so annoying. And Signature realized that there was no Midnight Pulse, and they forced an initiation on Enigma. They got a pretty good, I'm not sure if you can call that an initiation. It was sort of like a poke that kind of played out because they were doing so much damage. The important thing for Fnatic is Mushi didn't die. That would have been quite tragic. He's going to have the Relic at least for the next attempt near the base.
And he'll have his haunts up as well. He'll get that damage, but he really wants the Radiance. And I think TrusT, they've got two real ways to go about this. Either you hunt down the Spectre and just go for the 5-man gank, but the smoke is spotted out. The Dire Observable, which just expired, spots the smoke of TrusT. They know exactly what's coming. They'll back themselves away. Net, Blade of Terror, and try to run. TP from Nature's Prophet going to get cancelled out there by Boombell. Fnatic just make sure that nobody gets caught, nobody gets trapped. And in the meantime, this is a massive waste of time for TrusT. All grouping up as 5, not really farming efficiently or anything like that, not pushing lanes. More importantly, as Mushi, he realizes that no one's coming for him. No one can get to him just yet. There's a potential for them to be down a bottom lane right now, but they'll see them soon. The smoke will break. Oh, that's a Radiant Obs. Never mind. They don't see them yet, but now they'll realize that they're all towards the middle lane. Drow Ranger with Viper are both here, and Mushi just continues farming through down on bot. He's under no direct pressure just because he has that haunt. And TrusT, TP top, they realize the predicament they're in. They have to really control the rest of these lanes.
That was really unfortunate. I think Fnatic seeing the glimpse of the smoke was so big. Mushi was able to farm here because it's very unlikely that Signature are gonna march down across like the whole map for a Spectre kill, which is really low probability. Now it's Fnatic's turn.
Now they try and bait out Mushi. I mean, a smoke like this is sometimes a little obvious. You know, they know that the smoke happened, and they do the counter smoke straight afterwards. Next, we'll give away his position. We'll see Lakelz. But it's just land grabbing here. Fnatic realize that it's a great opportunity for them to get across the river, push bot lane, take Radiant jungle. They've got Dire jungle under control as well. And from 40 seconds ago, where TrusT had 80% of the map coverage, apart from bottom lane, now it just swung completely opposite way. Fnatic are the ones treading lightly over on the opposite side of the map.
There's that Radiance for Mushi after this camp. The frustrating thing for Signature, I feel, is that they probably want to push out all the lanes. A lot of it is going to be Nature's Prophet's job to take care of the lanes while the other four go around, make plays, push down towers. But it's so hard to do that as Nature's Prophet against Spectre. They kind of like Spectre doesn't even cancel it, it counters the Nature's Prophet. Like a Beastmaster solo finds a Fury instead. Usually he won't be able to solo kill the Fury.
Oh, they might got the trap net. Oh. Lakelz nearly had him. The troll trap was about to be cast, but Vengeful Spirit gets herself away. Good stuff. Medallion treads up. Let's do a quick item check, actually. Greaves over on the Enigma. Get out of that gust from the Drow Ranger. Going to be the big one to take note of.
Radiant's
MidOne.
middle tower is
After his
under
Ether Lens,
attack.
point booster into Aghanim Scepter. Looks like that's where he's heading.
Radiant structures
Ohaiyo
are
has
fortified.
a blink. Didn't go into the Necro 3, prioritizing his mobility a little bit more as Mushi's getting caught up on the top lane, throws Radiance and the dagger away with the
Radiant's
coconut
middle
stunned
tower
down.
is
He can try and TP out, he's going to haunt himself away. Where's he gone? He is dead.
Kind of cocky from Mushi, but not the worst, like considering how much Signature committed for that and where he died. He will revive in time if Signature do choose to go for high ground or force a buyback.
Well, the thing is, Mushi used his haunt there to try and get himself away. Even though he'll be alive, they won't have that big AoE kind of ultimate to spread himself around. MidOne is trapped up at top in the Sprout, but he has to TP himself away from this. He doesn't realize what's coming in from the south. Get into the trees, hide yourself out, and it looks like he should be fine. Get away from FeiMao's coconuts. Don't want them bouncing around on your face.
After at this point, I'm wondering if Signature are gonna talk about some item builds. The Nature's Prophet has a lot of gold save up. Is he gonna go for a Hex because they're tired of these kind of situations where they could just kill someone if they could just prevent them from TPing? Like possibly the Phoenix picks up the
Dire's
Yules.
top tower is under attack.
Oh boy.
The smoke wrap in. I think they just buy bashers, honestly. Everyone buy a basher to cancel TPs. So try and get FeiMao with the decrep into stock. Ohaiyo looks forward, but there's no roar. The gust is there, but this means 3-4-3. He's got the opening. The cast bounces back and forth, but the death one is down. 3-4-3 cannot swaps back from net. Great play there to keep him alive, but that ticking
Dire's
poison
top
damage
tower
over
is under
time.
attack.
Looked like it might have killed him off. An awkward initiation. It looked like it could be great from Fnatic,
Radiant's
but just
bottom
not
tower
working out
is
the way
under
they
attack.
planned.
That gust was really, I'm not sure, lucky or clutch. No one died. Wow.
Yeah, no one died. It looked like it was going to be roar into
Dire's
four-man
middle
black
tower
hole.
is under attack.
But TrusT, they dodged that situation very well.
Oh man, this is getting really dangerous for Signature though. After Spectre gets Radiance, I think this hero, after he gets Radiance, he has one of the highest win rates, I think, at this minute mark. He just grows so fast. It's nothing like, Anti-Mage gets a Battle Fury at 14 minutes. Anti-Mage gets a fast Battle Fury, he still loses game, but I rarely see games where Spectre gets a Radiance before 20 minutes. Goes on to lose a game.
That's the thing though, isn't it? Because Anti-Mage Battle Fury at 14-15 minutes, that means he's going to go and farm. That's like 99% of the time even. AM's going to go and sit in the jungle and just farm himself away. But Radiant Spectre gives you so much fighting and battling power as well as farming. Like right now, Mushi, sure enough, you're farming on bottom lane, but you're also a scary target for the enemy. You're also available to haunt across the map. You've got this global power. And into the Roche pit, Fnatic Ohaiyo, he's kind of stuck in here. Oh, I think he's in a little bit of trouble. Did they just throw the Viper Strike onto the Roche? Because Fnatic net, they swapped him out and they'll give up the Vengeful Spirit instead. I think if that Viper Strike had gone onto the Beastmaster instead of the Roche, they might have been able to kill him off, actually.
At least they, but Net's been really on point with his swaps this game.
And in the last game as well, he saved that slot a bunch of times. He's been very, very good. The Nether Ward. Oh man, that's so annoying as a Witch Doctor. You can't Voodoo Restoration, Boombell. Ether Lens, and Aghanim Scepter. Look at that Pugna go. Absolutely disgusting range and damage output. Oh, Mushi. He's got the haunt. He should be okay here, as long as he doesn't get gusted and trapped. And he's backed himself up far enough away. The Enigma is waiting for his time to shine. There we go with the haunt out, and the black hole should come through. Catches Lakelz only though. Not a massive target. With Supernova dropping, they're going to get 3-4-3. And Mushi, he's struggling to find a target to do damage to. They'll get the Viper, and the Witch Doctor now mans up against Lakelz, chasing him out. And Lakelz cannot stand and fight. The Drow Ranger's on the run. But where do you hide? Apparently you hide
from Spectre.
6 feet under. And like you said, Mushi is scary. Mushi is super, super scary. From a Blade of Alacrity a minute ago, he's got another 3,000 gold to spend.
Yeah, to expand on that, you know, the item timing versus win rate on carries we were talking about. I think one of the big things about Spectre is that he kind of does both, and in a way, because he's going to have such a high assist, you know, team fight participation where he's going to get at least so many assists or kills, which is a lot of gold. He basically farms as fast or faster than Anti-Mage in a lot of ways.
That's a Diffusal Blade. I thought he was going to go for the Yasha, but Diff Blade there up for Fnatic Spectre. And Lakelz, that BKB, it was a fresh one, right? The 10-second BKB didn't really do too much for him. It allowed him to survive through the black hole. But rough times ahead. And that's Ohaiyo finishing off Necro 2. Closing in on the Necro 3, I guess. As Net, hey, look at these supports. They don't have a massive amount of gold, but Enigma going to be heading into what? What do you reckon? Does Enigma go for a BKB of his own? Do you go for Blink? What's the plan for 3-4-3? Oh god, that was Lakelz that died.
I think Enigma can just go for a BKB. There's really nothing Signature can do if Enigma gets a BKB. You know, walks in, just BKBs Lakelz every single time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Black Hole's Lakelz.
Well, up to high ground they go. Tier 3 drop in low. The Nether Ward drops. MyPro swap back in. They drain him out and suck him down. MyPro just demolished. And Mushi even found the Witch Doctor in the back end. Is chasing down Boombell. I think it's game over. I think this might just be it. From Radiant Spectre to game-winning moves here, Mushi goes from Diffusal Blade to Yasha as quickly as that. Rax, not long for this world. The Supernova still up and ready. Level 2 is there for Jabs. He needs a position, he needs a time to use it as Jabs. Look at this, drain the life. MidOne.
That is so annoying. It's so annoying and so deadly at this timing.
What can you do? Lakelz, this Drow Ranger. It might be forced to BKB at some point just because of this. Fnatic realize they've taken Rax, there's nothing for them to do here. You know they can stick around and try and find a kill because Jabs actually decrept up and purged down. But Fnatic don't have another lane pushing in, so they do have to go back, reset these lanes and push them into the tier 3s once more. Especially since Roshan is down for such a long time.
What's Signature's move right now? They need to get a really good kill. They need to somehow kill Mushi, and ideally Mushi bought items so he doesn't have buyback, and they can somehow even out the racks, but it's not like the rest of the team, other than Mushi, is so weak that they can't hold on a 4 and 5. Yeah, so it looks like Nature's Prophet did choose to go for the Hex. They're kind of tired of not being able to kill people in the lack of stuns.
Oh, MyPro. Yeah, moving in from the side. Mid one, he's slowed down by the Fiery Spirits, but Net should be here, ready to swap him out. Oh, boombell. Are you sure? He TP's in. He just roared up and demolished. Ceases to exist, and now they've got the life drain back with Lakelz as well, but the PK is there. 3-4-3. There's no black hole. He still has stuff. He's going to have to grieve himself to try and keep him alive through this, but they've got the Aegis on mid one. Goes back into life, and mid one up on the high ground. They've got the positional advantage. Drains back onto Lakelz, and MyPro, the Viper, runs forward, but into Mushi. The Spectre's here. He joins the fight, and 3-4-3 blinks forward. He's got a black hole, but he's just holding onto it. He doesn't need to use it. Signature.TrusT are all dead. One remaining hero. Jab's back in the fountain, but GG is called. Well, we have
I
it.
mean, this time I think I saw this coming. It's just really hard for Signature's lineup to fight into Fnatic's lineup. I think we talked about, you know, both teams having mech, but like in skirmishes, it's not even close. I think Fnatic have an edge in terms of, like, you know, playing it small, like groups of 2 and 3, finding these pickoffs, and then in team fights, Enigma, a 4th position, got a faster mech than the Viper, or I mean, pretty much the same timing, and then Enigma, obviously, much better at team fights than Viper, and it's just really hard for anyone on Fnatic, I mean Signature, to make use of Drow's aura, and like. Nature's Prophet, to begin with, is the best benefactor from Drow aura. Viper wasn't. It felt like Viper wasn't tanky this game because of how much damage there was on Fnatic.